Hey there, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you've had a great weekend and a great week leading into this weekend as well. I know the weather was kind of lousy, or at least it was here where I am, but still a good week and a great weekend. So today is July 18th. So I just completed the 4th week of my reverse diet out of my fitness competition. And things went well on a whole this past week. You know, my macros were 145 grams of fat, 125 grams of protein, and 10 grams of carbs. But I will tell you that my carbs, since I've begun really this reverse diet, my carbs have been higher than 10 grams for sure. But those 10 grams, the higher the carbohydrates are coming from the raw veggies that I'm eating. So I'm eating cauliflower, cucumber, celery primarily. Those are the big ones. I'm also eating a bit more Greek salad. Tonight I just wafted off a good bowl of Greek salad, and I love it, and I'm okay with that. A little bit higher in the carbohydrates coming from raw veggies right now likely means that I am retaining some additional water, but I'm okay with that. And I know that, come mid-August, beginning of September, when I start that cut into the show on November 13th, I will eliminate all of these raw veggies. But for right now, while I'm sort of reverse dieting out of this, I'm not being nearly as strict and giving my body some raw veggies, and I feel like that's okay. The other thing that I've done this week that, again, I feel is okay, I'm starting to live life a lot more normally. So I most certainly track everything that I'm eating. I have in my tracker all of my macro targets, and I do really try to stay on track with that. But, there was a night this week where my husband and I went on our first date night in, 10 months. So I let loose a little bit. I keep everything keto. I'm not eating sugar or carbohydrates, but I am eating a little bit more fat. Last night when we were out at the keg, I had a great big giant rib steak with lobster. We had an appetizer, and I asked them to make the appetizer. It was a lobster gratin, so cheese and lobster, but they normally sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top, so I just asked them to not do that. Yeah, so making things work and living life as a normal human being right now, because I feel like that's okay to do. I feel like if I keep myself so regimented and strict, then I may have a harder time with the next cut. So loosen up, live a little, and yeah, even today, I did things a little bit differently. Ate some extra Greek salad, delicious, and I'm okay with that. Ate a few almonds. I'm okay with that too. So not being quite as regimented and strict to my meal plan, loosening up a little bit, and I think that that's okay. I think that that's totally fine, because my weight is really staying very constant. As my macros increase, my weight really isn't changing much. So the beginning of this week, I want to say, okay, so last Sunday my weight was 124 pounds. And today it was 123.2, right? So and that was after my great big keg meal with my lobster gratin and my lobster tail and all that other good stuff. And even a keto treat when I came home. I had a chocolate peanut butter cup when I came home last night that my brother's friend had made. God love her. So you know what? I'm okay. I'm staying pretty constant right now. I was down at 121 for a good majority of the week, up to 122 yesterday, or this morning, 123.2. Meh. So I'm okay with this. Again, Robert wants to keep me, around 125 pounds, and I'm not quite there yet. I feel like I'm in a good place with my workouts. I feel like I'm still retaining muscle. I still have a lot of the vascularity, obviously, here. I did take my measurements yesterday, and my waist and my hips and my chest are pretty well, I think they're all half an inch up from show day. So not up very much from the day I hit the virtual stage. And actually my legs have gotten smaller, and I can feel that too in my hamstrings, glute area. But even in my calves, I've gone down half an inch in my legs. So I hope I'm not losing too much muscle. But anyways, my body, as I reverse diet out of this, it's not as though I'm letting everything go. And it is okay for me to stay off track or be off my macros on occasion. It's not really doing anything detrimental to my body. So yeah, living life a little bit as I feel that I should. So yeah, everything's really tracking well. I will tell you though, this past week, from a hormone perspective, I was a little bit more hungry, and I had a little bit less energy during my workouts, 2 of the days this past week. And I know that that has to do with my hormones and my cycle, because this is another weekend where I should be starting. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't started my cycle yet. And who knows, maybe early this week I will. Because I feel like my hormones are back. I've gotten myself to a nutritional point. My fat intake is pretty darn high right now. I'm feeling like I should get my cycle back soon. If not this month, then certainly, hopefully, next month. So yeah, really no complaints. I think it's been a good week. The only real things that I wanted to highlight today is that, the hormone piece, that can change. And sometimes you gotta live life normally. I don't want to be so strict and stringent all of the time. And like I say, I think that may be detrimental to me during the final prep if I am too strict and don't allow myself to indulge in some of these. I mean, I'm talking about raw vegetables. I'm talking about almonds. I'm keeping it all very keto. But yeah, my carbohydrate intake has gone up a little bit. So anyways, I'll see how this goes, and it'll be an interesting little experiment, because as I remove the carbs closer to show day, I'll be curious to see if I do lose a bit of water weight. I have a feeling that I will. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to share. It's been a good week. Hope it's been an amazing week for all of you. And I'll make another video next week. That's it for today. Take care, guys. Bye for now.